New breed, global truth.
A Dallas rapper was murdered outside of his car on I-35 near the Dallas Zoo. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Heather Hayes. It is a stark example of the city's struggle to control violent crime. Police say the victim, a hip-hop musician named Mo3, was approached by the killer on I-35. Both men stopped their vehicles. The victim got out, took off, started running, but was shot several times on the highway. A bystander inside another vehicle was also hit. Police say that person did not suffer life-threatening injuries. Police are still looking for the shooter.
A Dallas.
Just 4 years ago. So apparently, Yellow Beezy been implemented in this crime. Apparently, he hired a hit on Mo3. They saying that in this ambush style execution, Yellow Beezy could perhaps be one of the gunmen. Y'all seen this 4 years ago. Mo3's lifeless body laid out on the streets. Yeah. Yellow Beezy been rapping about sliding on the ops. Yellow Beezy been talking about pulling up. Yellow Beezy been talking real spicy out here. And now you have it. Ain't that's what we wanted, right? Anyway, this is what we buying. Yeah, we like this. We like this because, you know what I'm saying, that's what's going on in these records. They talking about pulling out burners, switches, Glocks, 4.5s, Dillingers. Nah, that's what we like right here. We like to hear it, right? He ran up on Mo3. He sent him to an early grave. And then afterwards, he did an interview and he said he don't even know Mo3. He said he ain't never even heard of Mo3. He said in his city, ain't nobody bumping that. But come to find out, like a real nigga, he was actually pulling hits. And so y'all can say what y'all want, but this what we want. We want to see blood touching blood. We want to see this. You know why? You know how I know this? Because this is what we buying. This what we feeding into. Yeah, we love it. Just another nigga killing another nigga. We love it. It warms the loins up. Make us feel a certain way. So you saying that Yellow Beezy ran up on Mo3? Yeah, exactly what he said he'd do in the song. He did that. Bodied him. Yeah. But let me show y'all something else, right? Let me show y'all something else. This happened to be all of the rappers that died on that label. Yeah, we talking about Empire Records. Now that I'm done talking about the glorification of black on black violence that people seem to endure or they're endeared to. They adore it. That's the word. They adore it. There's a ritual and a sacrifice going on in Empire Records. Can't you see? Now, you got Mo3 up there. You got King Von up there. You got Young Dolph up there. You got XXXTentacion up there. I mean, you got all these rappers. And something seems to be happening with the rappers on this label. Now, Yellow Beezy is apparently in deep water right now. They got him in custody. He's been implemented. Is he a fall guy or did he do the crime? Is this about insurance policies, or could it have been that a rapper just saw it in him that he was going to go out here and he was going to pull up on his competition and his opposition? Now, Empire Records, where dreams come true, right? Or where blood sacrifices take place, where the curses are carried out. Now, I want to show y'all what the news got to say about Yellow Beezy. Dallas rapper Yellow Beezy, charged with ordering the killing of rapper Mo3 in 2020. Melvin Noble, who went by Mo3, was fatally shot in broad daylight on Interstate 35E on November 11th, 2020. A Dallas rapper was arrested Thursday for allegedly ordering the killing of another rapper in 2020, Marquise Conway, who also goes by Yellow Beezy, was indicted by a Dallas County grand jury Tuesday in connection to the murder of 28-year-old Melvin Noble, who was also known as Mo3. Court documents say Conway, 33, hired Kenwan Dontrell White to kill Noble, who was fatally shot in broad day on Interstate 35E on November 11th, 2020. Dallas police released images of gunmen in fatal shooting of Mo3 on Interstate 35E. Conway was booked into Dallas County Jail Thursday afternoon, but his bond amount has yet to be set. Online records show he charged with capital murder, while remuneration, his attorney couldn't be immediately reached for comment. Now, hey, look, what it looks like is somebody snitched. Yellow Beezy hired somebody to order the hit. They ran up, ambushed Mo3 in broad daylight on the highway, and they deleted him. But what happened? Almost 5 years later, the assailant now snitches. Maybe he wanted his time cut. Maybe, those checks and that commissary was moving slow. And maybe he said, you know what? I'm finna give up some names. Capital M. That's right. Capital murder. So now you got Yellow Beezy sitting up in the cell, and I know his record sales is about to skyrocket, because this is, at the end of the day, this is what our people want to see. Black on black violence, murder. Capital M, murder. Yeah, he do everything he was talking about, sliding, pulling out blickies, pulling out burners. And you know what? He hired the hit. He said, I'm just going to get rid of the competition. I'm going to put matters into my own hands. And for 4 years, it worked out just fine for him. And then what took place? He had to pay his dues. Satan came back to collect. But guess what? Mo3 was rapping about the same kind of escapades. It seems to be a vicious cycle going on in hip hop. It seems that the masses likes to support our people killing each other. And through trauma, through bonding with our traumas, we seem to be supporting their records. I mean, we just love rap beef, right? Ain't nothing like rappers going back and forth. Even if it ends with a capital M. But it seems that Empire Records has a long list of rappers ending up DOA. I mean, just look at it. See, do you still want to be a rapper? I'm talking to you brothers and sisters out there who may have some talent. You may have a gift. Do you still want to sign on a dotted line? Do you still want the notoriety, the fame, the 360 deal that they're going to give you, the contract that you must sign in blood? Because this is how it's going to end. Now, don't think Mo3 was innocent in all of this. I mean, we're going to go to some more footage of Mo3, as well as, of course, Yellow Beezy. Now, Yellow Beezy has some things to say about Mo3. Let's see if we can find the evidence. Yellow Beezy actually spoke on Mo3's death. You know, that's crazy. You're living in a world that's so treacherous that the one who ordered the hit can get on a podcast and talk about it. Now that's gangster. That's what y'all wanted. The one who did it can get on a podcast and get a question asked. How you feel about the death of Mo3? Ain't that something? So let me get this right. You're living in a time where you could take a man out. Bloody murder, capital murder, ordered it, hit, watch it on social media, see his lifeless body get dragged out of a vehicle. You could see the mother's reaction, father's reaction, all on TV, and then you get interviewed and invited on various podcasts where they ask you questions about what you think about that person, and whole time you were the one who did it. That's grimy. Listen to it.
In the world, if he know how to put shit together and make that shit sound good, I'm not saying that's what he did. If he didn't, but I have no, I don't know who it is.
So it was over women.
No, it wasn't over women. But I remember when I approached him, he was in the world. If he know how.
Oh, it's more. It is more. It is more, people. It is more. Yellow Beezy speaking on Mo3. I remember there was a time. Let's just go there. Watch this. The same guy who is now being convicted of killing Mo3 in cold blood. Yellow Beezy on why he never acknowledged Mo3 and says his death did not impact his career. Watch this.
You gonna answer three of them?
Oh nah.
Why couldn't you ever acknowledge 3 before or after his death?
I never, like, what was the point?
What was the point? Now imagine that this is the guy who did it. Imagine this is the guy who ordered the hit. Like, how much lack of human compassion can one have? Where's the humility in these rappers? He like, what are we talking about? Oh man, this is dirty. It's a shady game. Look.
When you say what was the point? Like, I mean, you knew it was something that could help the city. Yeah. And they just kind of wanted you to acknowledge it.
No, he's like, I wanted to be the only one who eat. What I'm gonna help the city for when I can eat? What I'm gonna help the city for when he's my competition? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's what these niggas think. I'm talking about niggas. I ain't talking about real people who really want to stick together and do something for the culture and the community. Nah. He's like, look, he in my city, I'm in his city. We both on the top of the food chain, and somebody got to go. But see, this is what the youngins is loving right now. They like, hey, eliminate, eradicate, get rid of them. Not even realizing how far down a rabbit hole we going. Hosea chapter 4. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. Hey, look, because there's so much swearing, lying, killing, committing adultery. Look, our own people are going to kill our own people, and it's going to be no remorse. But this seems to be what everybody want to listen to. Somebody who has no soul, somebody who is just out there to get a dollar, even if that means taking out another brother. Because at the end of the day, it's just competition, right? Right. Let's go.
Like, even if
Did he acknowledge me?
Yeah, he called you what you call it.
Yeah, but
In the negative
And
light.
you-
that's what I'm saying.
bad.
Like,
In
I
the
don't,
negative light, yo.
I mean, he
bad.
at least acknowledged you though.
my bad.
man, I don't get into shit like that. I just told you I don't pay attention. Like
attention.
y'all think I be bullshitting. I really don't be getting
You
into
pick
that
and
shit.
choose for
But
sure.
not even that. If you own that type of bullshit, I'm not finna respond or not.
Yeah.
I'm not finna get into that type of shit. Like it
Now imagine how nonchalant he is. Yeah, I don't even pay attention to that. I ain't even worried about that. I ain't even listening to that. Yeah, he ain't acknowledged me. That's cool. But now he's being arrested right now for capital M. They saying he ordered the hit. So it sounds like to me he really was affected. That goes to show anybody doing this rap thing and they in the same city. Hey, look, if everybody ain't going along and getting along and everybody ain't bigging each other up and putting on for the city, better believe your adversaries. Either you in this together or your enemies. It's roll or get rolled over in these cities.
I feel like that's internet trolling.
what?
Like, the whole situation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't never
jealousy.
really an issue. It was more internet trolling.
It was that and jealousy. That and jealousy.
Yeah.
That's
With
it.
jealousy hurt anybody. Like
Motherfucker.
when you got that in your heart, like that, the jealousy will take over.
I get it.
Unfortunately, but
Do you feel 3's death impacted your career and the support from the city?
I mean, they gonna hate to do whatever they gonna do regardless.
Either way,
Yeah.
no matter what went on.
They ain't had nothing to do
These
with
are
it.
facts.
He said he had nothing to do with it. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. He said he had nothing to do with it. Now, how are you getting arrested 4 years later for capital M unless somebody really didn't snitch and they got evidence? They saying that you ordered a hit. Now, could it be a sacrifice for that record label, Empire? I believe so. They made a TV show called Empire. Y'all remember that show? There's a lot of scandal going on in that show. People was getting taken out left and right. Yeah, the Most High is definitely pulling the sheets back and revealing everything right now. You can't hide nothing. I don't care how sneaky you are. Y'all know that guy, Lil Durk, with the big old eyes popping out his head. He was trying to hide a whole lot of stuff behind them big ass eyes. That man was out here literally M for hire like it wasn't nothing. And it all came out of nowhere. It all just popped out. This is the year of exposure. You're not going to be able to hide nothing. You're not going to be, no matter how slick you think you are. Look.
That didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Like, far as my career, like, why?
Right.
I was getting out of contract.
Or when
You was
Well,
focused
no,
on some
when that
other
happened,
shit.
though.
Yeah.
I was getting out of
Yeah.
country, and it took like down to like a year and a half.
So you didn't drop nothing
No,
during that
I
time.
didn't drop nothing because I was getting out of country.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
I
it.
remember
So
you
you
went
really
live
could
talking
drop.
about your
So do you? But do you feel like the city though is? Because me, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the city still on the
Divided.
music scene is divided. Like ever since that. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying that wasn't before, but it seemed like at that time it was kind of coming together. Like as far as like these people could possibly like just really bubble at the
Okay, we
same
got
time and be
these
great,
people. Yeah.
right? And it's like we have because first we had like Jerome, people just coming in first by themselves. But then at that point, you were super hot. I think he was building his buzz, but he had more of a city buzz. You had more of the global, you was getting more notoriety from other places. But then as soon as that happened, it felt like the city just became this like pick a side. We were talking about doing the verses and like you can't do a verses with the North and Oak Cliff. You
Now notice the whole city was like pick a side because the city wanted to see somebody get murked out here. The city wanted to see a street beef. The city was like, look, we're gonna support one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? And the city said, look, we got to figure out which rapper's better. But we don't want we don't want to see a rap battle. No, we don't want to see no rap battle. How we gonna find out who's the better rapper with that? Nah, it don't work like that. We want to see who gonna kill one rapper first, because they both rap about the streets. We want to see who come out on top, meaning who come out not in the box, right? And now here you have it.
can't do a verses with these rappers. It just seemed like it got weird around here. And you don't see that, or do you just try to not
I mean,
see it?
it's the hate train. I mean, it's cool, like, but if you put out shit that they ain't gonna have none, like, if you put out good music, they ain't gonna have no choice but to respect this shit. You get what I'm saying? It's like, like I say, at that time, I was just throwing out music just to keep some shit going. You know what I'm saying? It took me like I say, like about a year and a half just to get out the situation, and then like but I don't like, not to me. I don't think so.
See, when you're looking at this interview, you don't think at one point Yellow Beezy is thinking, yeah, well, I ain't even worried about it because I'm finna kill cuz. But how much the pressure affects these rappers is immense. You just never know. You just never know. You never know how these rappers are truly affected by the pressure and the turmoil of each camp, of the streets, of the city, the people around them. And you never know what they're planning on doing to the competition out of desperation. Wow. And now he's being charged for capital murder towards Mo 3. And the city did a phenomenal job with egging on beef with these two men. Yep.
I mean, the city product from the city standpoint, but I feel like they were doing that already.
So you feel like you really
From
didn't
the
have the
jump.
support anyway? Like,
Yeah.
No, I
truly.
have to.
Oh,
It's gonna look like you don't got support because that's how you gonna see the negativity
Right.
on the internet.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
regardless of what I don't give a fuck. Go under anybody post that they post on the music. It's damn gonna be negative
Trash.
comments.
Right.
Half and half.
it's always
50,
gonna be
They
something.
made it cool to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They made it real cool
they
to do
did.
that.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I did, like I said, I did see like a lot of the Dallas balls get on the let's try to
Bullshit.
tarnish Yella
Tarnish
type
Mhm.
shit. Like I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
see that type shit. So
So you don't think it did anything to the music scene or music culture here at all?
the culture, yeah.
It did.
With his
Yeah, I
fans.
feel like it.
Okay.
I feel like it because it was just like that's and it when it's beef or anything going on in the city, like that's a bad look anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you okay? So let's just say, do you feel like at any point, and you could be honest, do you think it was unreconcilable? Like if nothing would have happened to him, do you feel like at any point it would have ever came full circle to where y'all sat down in the same studio?
They were trying to get that done. I don't know though. Like I ain't never just like I honestly never just thought about it like how
Now imagine this is the man going down for the crime. Yo, you would not think this. Looking at this interview, it is very, very difficult to believe that he's the one that carried the hit. But nonetheless, he's the one arrested 4 years later. Is he the fall guy? What y'all think? Is this man a fall guy? Was he just living his life, trying to get past all the rap beef? Was he continuing with his career? Or was he the fall guy? By show of ones, Yellow Beezy did it. By show of twos, Yellow Beezy's a fall guy, and he's a blood sacrifice for Empire Records. And they're trying to take Yellow Beezy out next for whatever reason. Let me see. Man, this one is right down the middle so far. This is right down the middle. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, some of y'all saying, a lot of y'all saying blood sacrifice. A lot of y'all saying he did it, Breed. He did it. Yeah, I know they was beefing, but he actually just got charged for the murder. He got charged. People saying both. So if it was a blood sacrifice, then you saying that Empire Records sanctioned Yellow Beezy to do the dirt. Hey, that's highly possible. So now we're looking at Yellow Beezy blood sacrifice mode 3. That's crazy work.
Everybody was trying to put everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like they was making situations bigger than what it is. They was trying to make it seem like it was just some terrorizing shit going on. I was just laughing. I was laughing behind like the scenes with the shit. Like, but like ain't no telling what could have happened. I don't know. Like I just don't fuck with, even if it was to, I'm sorry. Even if goddamn we would have like chopped it up or whatever, I still wasn't gonna fuck with them.
Right.
It just
it would just been cordial and that's it. It would never be
it wasn't no cordial. Like y'all stay on that side, we stay on that side.
And that's cool.
It just period.
So
like
you don't think it ever came full circle?
Nah, because it
was
just
too far.
When people just do too much whole ass shit, I just don't fuck with it. It's like I can't. And then it's just certain niggas I just don't vibe with.
Right.
Like niggas, but and I'm not even trying to act like I'm just like the most perfect person, but I take like flaws and shit that I see people like I read through that shit, so I'd be like, nah, that's not my type of nigga I fuck with.
Right.
Yeah. I fuck with him from afar.
But you read it in
I just could never just fuck with them like that. Like even just with like a lot of people, I just don't.
You know, that's how it is sometimes. You know, some people you just don't rock with, you don't mix with, whatever the case is. But then you got to kill them, though. You know what? Are you telling me within our community we can't even coexist anymore? Because that's what it's beginning to look like. These rappers can even coexist in the same city. And without taking the next one out. It's a shame, y'all. Let's let Yellow Beezy close it out.
Don't fuck with, and that's just because I pick up energy and vibes. And like if your character like is big, I look at people's character for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the shit that was going on the set and plagiarizing, act like this shit was going on, like
wasn't cool. That shit.
Yeah, I don't get down like that. So even if it was to be like, that's cool. Like we ain't gotta talk, we ain't gotta link up. We ain't gotta just stay over there. What it is. Because that's what it should have always been.
So here you have it. Yellow Beezy has been arrested, charged with grand murder to Mo 3. And y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I mean, look, the industry seems to be a real sad, sick place full of lots of twists and turns. All I can say is if you aspire to make music, do it for Christ. Do it for the Most High. Stay away from this, you know what I'm saying, demonic frequency that these rappers are under, because it seems to be only putting out death. That's right. Broken Matrix says, I was a Mo 3 fan, and still he is one of my top 5s. I like to show Highlander. There can be only one in your city. Yep, that's right. It's like in these cities, it can only be one person who stay at the top. And these rappers, they cutthroat each other, man, for that top spot. Everybody want to be king of the city. But at what cost, though? Now, you know where Yellow Beezy at right now, right? He in that cell, sick right now. Yellow Beezy in that cell, hurting right now, saying, damn, I can't believe they got me. It must be somebody who read it. It is what it is. We're going to see the outcome of this. Yeah, more than likely, Yellow Breezy in there crying, his eyes out, wondering how he got there. And yeah, I'm hearing that Mo 3 actually, they saying, I've heard this several times today, that Mo 3 shot Yellow on the highway. So they saying that these rappers was out here literally getting up in shootouts. So this ain't no like no play stuff. The stuff they talking about in these records, they out here in these streets shooting at each other. And I know y'all love that down in Dallas. Like they was out here really having gunfights on some Wild Wild West, old Western movie type stuff. Like out there in the highway running around shooting each other. And so now they talking about that Yellow Beezy, he got Mo 3 up out of there in retaliation to a shootout. Now, we don't know how true that is, but if it is true, it's going to come out. We do know that there were some situations that occurred. But, hey, they saying that it's music about it. Let's see. Mo 3 shot and rapped about shooting Yellow Beezy in a song called 219. So they saying that Roy Lee was Mo 3 best friend, and they killed him. So we talking about this situation is similar to the situation that took place with King Von. Certain street altercations happen. One rapper get taken out. There's retaliation. Somebody else get taken out, and then somebody order a hit, and then boom, there you go. And that's how it go. And Feds is definitely cracking down right now. They just got Big U yesterday. They got Big U on all kind of charges. Like, yo, this is just not where it's at. It's time to just change your music, change what you putting out there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on out here in these streets right now, but a lot of people going to jail, and a lot of people are getting caught up, and a lot of people are flipping and snitching. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Stay on y'all square. Keep y'all head up, man. I got more material coming. I thought this was an interesting story because everything that's done in the dark is now coming to the light. And I want to tell all you inspiring rappers out there, look, put a positive message in your music so you don't generate this kind of environment. Broken Matrix says Roy Lee was a comedian in Fort Worth. He wanted to fight Yellow Beezy. When they ran into each other, they killed Roy Lee. So we have a case where Yellow Beezy didn't want to get into some hand-to-hand interaction because one of Mo 3's peoples ran up. They got him out the way, and in retaliation, Mo 3 comes at Yellow Beezy and allegedly shoots him, and then Yellow Beezy orders a hit. Boom, it's done. I don't know if I'm right about that, but that's what it sounds like the story is that I'm hearing from multiple people. That's just word on the streets. I don't know. All I know is what the news is telling us. But word in the streets, this how it went down. Somebody trying to scrap, throw hands. People don't be wanting to throw hands right now in these days. So boom, he got him out the way. But Mo 3 came back like, okay, you got my homie out the way. I'm coming at you. But he shot and he made a mistake because he missed. Mo 3 missed. And Yellow Beezy was like, oh, snap, it's getting real out here. These niggas really out here shooting at people. You know what I'm saying? I know we got Cuz out the way, but we ain't doing no fighting. We got him out the way. And now he ordered the hit, and now he's caught. He ordered the hit on Mo 3, thinking that's going to stop the shooters from coming. Now Yellow Beezy gets caught. Now he in there sick, eating wham-whams, You know what I'm saying? And now his record sales is gonna go up, but he ain't gonna be able to spend the money because Empire Records gonna get all the money. All the residuals going to Empire Records. Damn. No, from my recollection, Broken Matrix says, nah, Yellow Beezy got to hit him 8 times, but he lived. Jeesh. So this one guy, so let me get this right. Roy Lee was the Terminator. Roy 3 was made out of alloy. So Roy 3 runs up on Yellow Beezy. They hit him 8 times. He survives, but Mo 3 retaliates, hits Yellow Beezy. I'm guessing once, but he ain't hit him where it counts because it just caused him a little damage. Yellow Beezy like, yo, these dudes gotta go. He orders the hit. Boom. Now he's in the cell right now. That's crazy. That's a wild story. They out here playing Soul Calibur, Contra. They literally out here playing. They out here playing Call of Duty right in the streets of Dallas. They in the streets of Dallas playing Call of Duty. They out here playing Rainbow Six. Hey, do you still want to be a rapper? Yeah, that's right. Mo 3 didn't survive. They say Yellow Beezy got hit in the neck. See, hey, that is what y'all want. Yeah, y'all want y'all rappers to go out here and play Red Dead Redemption. So I expect people to really be out here on this. So Mo 3 shot Yellow Beezy after Roy Lee died. He shot him up in a Sprinter van on the highway. Mo 3 shot Yellow 8 times. Sheesh. Hold on, let me look this up. Yellow Beezy got shot 8 times? What? Why am I not? I heard that Yellow Beezy back in 3 years ago got arrested and charged with sexual assault and child endangerment. That's the only thing I knew about Yellow Beezy. Because when I looked him up, that was the first thing that came up. Okay, and I got a video say he was shot 7 times, but this was 6 years ago. He said it on Vlad TV that he was shot 7 times. And he has a song called Sinner's Prayer. Oh no, Wounded. Hold on. Bro, they out here really. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Yo, what's up with these rappers, bro?
Are investigating the early morning shooting of a man driving on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Louisville police say more than a dozen shots were fired into a 26-year-old man's vehicle and several rounds struck him. Fox 4's James Rose has more on the investigation and who police are looking for. James.
Right, Natalie. Louisville police detectives, along with state troopers and the North Texas Tollway Authority, are reviewing video and toll tag information, trying to get suspect information and piece together exactly what happened this morning. Louisville police say at 3:38 this morning, they got a 911 call from a driver saying he'd been shot multiple times by someone in another vehicle in the northbound lanes of the Sam Rayburn Tollway at FM 544. Police say 26-year-old DeAndre Conway was shot 3 times and was still conscious and breathing when he was transported to a nearby hospital. Conway told investigators he was out with friends and had dropped them off in Louisville and was on his way home when he was fired on. Police say more than a dozen rounds were fired into Conway's vehicle. Investigators are hoping businesses and/or tollway cameras will lead them to the suspects. Investigators say it's unclear if Conway knew who fired the shots or if the attack was random.
We're uncertain of the motive of the shooting. We'll work that out as we speak and interview the victim, gather more information, also review any and all evidence that we're able to obtain through the toll authority.
And police shut down that portion of the tollway this morning as investigators work to gather evidence they believe they could have found on the scene. Now, police are also examining Conway's vehicle to see if any evidence can be linked to the shooter or.
So whoever shot him, Yellow Beezy ain't tell. Bro, these guys are really dodging bullets and sending bullets. Do you still want to be a rapper? Yep, Mo 3 apparently died near the same highway that Yellow got hit. When Mo 3 got shot, Trap Boy Freddy, who is Yellow's best friend, was on the highway near Mo 3 when he died. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So this is what these guys are doing. They're literally killing each other on highways, firing shots on active highways, main roads. This is what's going on. Just imagine this. These rappers have literally taken it to the streets, the real streets, the freeway, the highway. But here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. More death in the community. Stop supporting this music, man. Yeah, they out here playing Grand Theft Auto in real life. Stop supporting it. I mean, at this point, it ain't doing nothing but promoting death. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to come through and cover this story just to show you the current climate that we at right now. Will it get any better? Not unless our people cry out to the Most High. Turn from our ways. Stop supporting this nonsense. Anyway, more material coming. Thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed evening. With that being said, shalom and peace.